Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else, and the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace. Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
Welcome to another Dicejunkie production. This is Xenodamus, and I'm looking at Dishonored today. This is a game that I played a few years back, and I don't know, I only put an hour or two into it and sort of dropped it. I think at the time there was other games out, and for some reason I just couldn't get into the game. So it just sat there and hadn't got played in a few years.
Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months.
Well, now Dishonored 2, it's coming out November 11th, and I hear all this hype and went back and looked, and a lot of people said Dishonored was such an awesome game, and so I decided, obviously I missed something. I'm wrong at times. I didn't like the game when I first played it, but let's revisit it. So, starting out, they set up a really good story. The environment is pretty cool looking. I don't really know how to describe the feel. I mean, you have a fantasy yet semi-technology advanced society that's on the edge of destruction because of the plague.
Yes. The pressure was too low. All these new machines are touchy.
Just don't do anything crazy. Sokolov's changed everything.
Hello, sir.
Corvo, you're back.
So yeah, it starts off,
Will you tell me about your
you're on your way back, you were sent off for a while,
Wait. Let's play hide and seek.
and
I'll cover my eyes.
here's
and
the
you
little
hide. You have time? I'm
princess.
just busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
She's glad to see you. So obviously you're somebody
Okay,
trusted
here we go.
within the royal family at this point.
Later, will you give me more climbing lessons?
Now,
I'm going to climb up-
here they sort of have you play with her so that you get used to the controls and stuff. A little game of hide and seek. Controls are pretty simple. Yeah, your controls are pretty much your normal controls, with your WSAD to move around. C is your sneak button. Q and E allows you to look around corners
Let's see if you're so
when you're
good.
sneaking.
I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown,
And they're really good about as you go throughout the game, introduce you to any new controls. The only thing I found odd was because they use E as part of your look, the interaction button is F. And after playing a lot of Skyrim and other games that use E to interact, it took a while to get used to. Actually played some Skyrim Special Edition today before I finished this review, and I kept hitting F during that because I'd played this so much.
let's see about here.
So it doesn't take long to get used to. It's like any other controls that are different. It just takes a little bit of time. So anyway, you play this hide and go seek game with her. You learn some controls, and once she's decided you know enough, or well, you've been hidden long enough, they'll end it, and it's off to go see the queen.
Run with me. Did you see any monsters while traveling to the other isles? My nanny says the big ocean's full of them, but I think she only says that to scare me.
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
Now here they introduce you to a few more characters on your way,
You, Corvo, welcome back.
sort of building this picture here.
They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
After those introductions, it's gonna head on
She'll
up.
see you at once.
It's been good traveling with you, Corvo.
Now the maids here, they gotta check out a maid whenever she walks by.
They're
You know,
sick
it's
people,
common
not
courtesy.
criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens.
I
and we
did
will
see
save
this
them from
happen
the
a
plague
few
if we
times
can.
throughout playing the
All
game,
of them.
where
Very
characters
well.
would
We
disappear
will
from
not
their
speak of
spot
this
and
again.
reappear.
Mother,
You'd figure
Corvo is
after
back.
this
Thank
many
you,
years of the game being out,
Leave
they
us,
would have
please.
fixed
As you
most
wish,
of
Your
these
Majesty.
weird glitches. But I do see a few still here.
Corvo, 2 days early, full of surprises, as usual.
And nothing about him screams evil, or, you know, he's obviously a good guy.
It's a fair wind that brings you
Follow
home to me.
Captain.
What news have you
should
brought?
leave them alone.
So here you are talking to the Empress, not Queen. Give her some news, and this is pretty much where you've given you enough story.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before.
You've
Knew of some cure. This
met
place
enough
is very
people,
bad.
got enough
We're
background.
at the breaking point.
It's ready for stuff to start happening.
Cowards.
So
They're going
at
to
this
walk through
point,
us. We'll wait
Bethesda
to see if
kicks
the
in.
plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Shit happens,
Are you okay, Mother?
and
You seem
next
sad.
thing you know,
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother
the
is
story
fine.
takes a completely different
Wait,
turn.
where are the guards?
And where do you
Who
end
sent
up?
them away?
That's right. You end up in prison. Because no Bethesda game is good without you being in jail at the beginning of it.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to
So
think.
get a little torture in there. And here we go. Cha-ching. You are locked up.
You should eat,
But-
Corvo. This meal comes
Come
from a
on.
friend.
We know this doesn't last long. You go from being locked into a prison cell to suddenly having an opportunity drop in your lap to get out. Oh, a key is underneath the bread. So, you get your little note. Somebody's like, oh, we're going to help you escape. You
Accompanied
can
by
get
an
out of
officer of the
jail.
watch.
Come here.
Escort through the solitary wing
So-
must be scheduled in advance. with
Now,
one
combat in the
custodian.
game. This is a pretty neat system. You pretty much have a lot of options here.
Let me know if you want to gamble on the hounds again.
You have the sneaking
Another
options,
patrol
which
with you.
I'm a big sneaker. I like to be able to sneak, snipe, whatever. I'm not a up in front type of gamer. I like the stealthy side of it. So here you go. You can do a stealthy kill. Now, once again, bam, They throw up, let you know, hey, here's how to do this shit.
What the? Oh,
Now,
got you now. Someone help me out.
when you fell with the stealthy kill, it's time to go for a frontal on these guys, and you're pretty good. You're a good fighter. You can loot, you can carry bodies, drag them away, but let's get to this whole jailbreak thing. Let's get some explosives. And what do we do with explosives? Well, we're going to blow a hole in the door. So let's blow some holes in the door. Don't want to be right there in front of it. Bam. So you have officially escaped prison. That's right. So good guy, bad situation, end up in jail, end up out of jail by somebody's help. Why are they helping you? Well, of course, they want to use you. But that isn't where we're at yet. Because we've got to end up in the sewers. That's right. No good Bethesda game without sewers. So the sewers are your normal maze. You're going to go through these rat-infested, smelly sewers. And along the way, you can sneak around a lot of the fighting, or you can once again take that frontal approach and just kill a bunch of stuff. Gotta watch out for traps, and you want to loot as much stuff as possible. Gold is very important, and lots of stuff gets washed down here, so including a lot of dead bodies. More notes from people that want to use you, but they give you cool toys. So you get your toys. So you're out of the sewers now,
Quickly,
and you meet your new friend.
I'm Samuel,
or
and
a
I
new
work for some
friend.
good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, so you get to go on a river ride. Not the opportunity here to look at some of the scenery. It's good, it's nice.
This is the
you have the very
closed for business. Half the district
demolished town from all the people being killed by the plague.
Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
Get a little bit more information.
I'll take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Now, another part of the stealthy aspect of the game is you do get to look through keyholes, so you can see a lot of things before you open the door.
Not surprising. He was the personal
To help you from opening a door on somebody that wants to kill you, and they're standing right in front of the door, and you were hoping you could sneak. It's also good for finding out little bits of the story that
We'll know the truth in time.
they're not required to know, but there's good little bits.
The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Of course, they're having their conversation about how they need you, they want to use you, so forth and so on.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock, a true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition.
Simple.
Aimed
We
at
want you to
ending the
kill
Lord
people.
Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
So, you do have the guy that's going to give you tools and crafting. This is one of the reasons why you need money, is all your upgrades are purchased with gold from this guy.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole.
But this is where the story actually really begins, like the real gameplay. You start your missions, and you get into some of the real combat. So, I mean, there's a good, almost an hour,
Hold still,
depending on how much you look around and try to search for things before you get into the real action.
There. Better
But
now? I could create more for you. Upgrades.
You've pretty much
gear,
gotten
weapons,
that starting area here.
But our situation
There is one
here
thing.
desperate.
You meet a
Scavenge
crazy
the
dude.
city for valuables, and I
Well,
always sell them
our
on the
God,
black market. That
or
should
some
give us
kind
the
of
money to
spiritual
craft the
being
things you need.
that also picks you as being somebody
Be careful,
special,
Corvo.
gives you
They
some
call her
special
Grandma.
powers.
You wouldn't recognize
So-
her real name, or even the name of her family.
And
But
another
an
thing that
emperor
just sort of,
begged
to
for
me,
her
lines up
hand.
with
A rich
Skyrim
young man
and
fought
other
each other for her favor.
Bethesda games.
I
Prison,
watched her
a
consider
group
them all,
wanting to use
measure their
you,
worth, and
you
find
know,
them
somebody
wanting.
giving you equipment,
Then
you know,
she made
crafting,
a different choice.
and then some
You're
other
on your way
group
to
giving
face
you
the
special
High
abilities.
Overseer, the leader of a great cult
Well,
dedicated
thanks for
to
watching.
loathing me.
Please subscribe to our
What
channel.
will you do?
You can also visit our website at Dicejunkies.com.
Ready to go?
And
Just give the signal.
I'm hoping that you're looking forward to Dishonored 2 as much as I am now. Thank you.